Pacific, our home, our heritage, our history.
Welcome to the Stories from the Blue Frontier. This documentary series is part of the Climate Talks with Germany in Fiji, an initiative that brings together voices from across the Pacific to highlight how climate change is shaping lives, communities, and futures at the frontline of our ocean. Produced by the German Embassy in Suva in cooperation with Vivid Media Productions, this series tells personal stories of resilience, responsibility, and hope, grounded in lived experience and local knowledge. These stories remind us that climate change is not abstract, it is personal. Across these episodes, we explore how communities in Fiji are responding to climate impacts and why their perspectives matter far beyond the region. We hope that this project will foster dialogue between Pacific communities, partners, and policymakers on climate action. This is Stories from the Blue Frontier.
Germany sees climate change as a global challenge. Climate change is the defining challenge of our time. For Pacific Islands, it is already an existential reality. It's an existential threat. As a long-standing partner, Germany places climate resilience at the heart of our cooperation because we believe that safeguarding communities, cultures, and livelihoods is inseparable from safeguarding peace, prosperity, and stability in the Pacific region. Pacific voices are essential. The Pacific has consistently been at the forefront of global climate advocacy, whether it is pushing for the 1.50 degrees goal, whether it's for Loss and Damage Fund, or whether it's for the initiative of Pacific students to bring the responsibility with regards to climate change before the International Court of Justice. Germany believes that Pacific voices must be heard at the highest levels because they speak from lived experience. In international fora, for instance at the United Nations, Germany stands with the Pacific to amplify its moral authority and to push for more ambitious climate action.
This is an avenue where they can actually support Fiji and the Pacific Island countries in terms of climate change mitigation and adaptation. But I guess adaptation is probably what is mostly needed because we are experiencing the impacts of climate change in both the coastal communities and those living by the riverbanks, and even people living on the highlands. They are all experiencing the impacts of climate change.
Adaptation and relocation are sensitive, long-term challenges that require trust and careful planning. Germany supports these in two ways. Firstly, through technical cooperation, through GIZ, for example, in areas such as climate risk assessments, coastal protection, and resilient infrastructure. And secondly, by supporting Pacific governments in shaping policies and frameworks that ensure that dignity and community cohesion are at the center of relocation processes. Our goal is to help build resilience, not just for today, but for generations to come.
Yeah, the German has been a friend of Fiji and the Pacific for a long time. They understand us, we understand the way they operate. And now we are living in a world where climate change is a key word. So I guess there's still a lot of collaboration needed in terms of climate change mitigation and adaptation.
Our journey now turns inland to Vuninudrovu, a river village where tradition meets the harsh new realities of a changing climate. Here, the river that once gave life now brings floods, and the soil that once held strong is beginning to slip away. For generations, Vuninudrovu has drawn strength from its river and forest. But as the waters rise and the land shifts, the village faces decisions that will shape its future. Germany's partnership here is more than a project. It is a friendship rooted in respect, planning, and hope.
Bula naka. Bula. Welcome to Vuniniudrovu Village.
Tango venina dala isu na ibalu au maramangani korongo nangu bunoni sudungo mana namuni taro o sama ki vitsanga bulti kavati come October 26 wendo na kororere binaka korora mai le usaro le na bibale bale binaka nangona ya bula vilomani takavata menangone yango nango sana mtungo na nisi ko tikuma into sari na vika saya tungo na sisi ningele ya sa sisi ndine tunangele na asaruro ni koro liu imuri ni sembere ni ata tikuna sisi kime minda ulubu nangoni woluwe da ulubu na korongo do tako sa menawai tako sa bagandua kime misanka into ngalo ya una chukina nangungwane sangai ula walumbe aka nangungan tangani nangulu matua kero angalo menini tu bale se tumia sana tu sangai to kita liza kengo kime mi bulana bale to indalana belenga lebu tapi kan tu bagdadani na lomini korda vale raya lime mi manu la bagdadani nakakana belenga sarna vito se aki nanguna ya sa sisiruru tingana tenias iya kim sana no tu ni kim tu na sari tungo na kim sana no tu ni bauta ina tu na vitala noa maina na mundo matintu binakang ko na chaman na buku ni bebu kele busaya ta chuk menalo mini korba turango Vuninudrovu santu ono ngana kalok sa pakakim sa kan sa tau ni lo mini kor yang gaya doang anak kenal yang kan isa sisti kuna side ni koro iya menangona ya nangonango tali na namdo bibu kiti kuna chaman na putpad na valele ni lotur risili katalanga kina zina kumba chumbe ngana kaubia tukun chiko nangungoni chiko mena nangungoni tumbu wana koro do vilo mani sara daka bata do bata ya santo na lianga ngasati kuni sa sisti ngana koro iklani do na mengkara bandona itabi na taro bambia kana sisi ni koro de ki mamsana tu vakarao mi kimi na toki ene bunan delana ne kapsana ngai ngayado lani memi chiko bolina lomini koro ngonongo
all the people in the village, they in the red zone. I think you know that this village is on the red zone. We all want to move. We don't want to stay here because we're scared. When it's flood, it's very dangerous. Tau na within the buto na wano. Klani tiko na mabukiting gwana vikao na wae. Kukuha may na wae sa. Okay, kimam saranga villa. Kimam talita ka saranga na sola. Vivo ke sarabo ka live. Yung mandangan na ka ng umaraw. Iyan, vito sa yaki. Iyala may na nisabo ka riti may na zangi. O riti may doon na zangi. Si tau-tau tunga na uda le tumbo na wae. Sa vivo ke bakaliwi ke mami iri ke na leni korra baro taka na sola
ana bukungan inda ki bisa sa tapat na kor klani umbulon dono mena cinka diwa wol song ka diwa walu botari ki mami sang sara ni kokoa rauni ki mami roki na balata ni se ya osara na batsinwai ya o mebi ki mami na batsinwai roro na tamata me tosara kani rodo sa ni tagichu kani tu ni tu ya ni nabuno ke tu bakanan chu mi ke tu to ke ni kina redata lor to na MRD batika to na save ni chiko to mi ke na lang ni chiko so na tombo ay ni bakabun tan lang ke tu se wawa chingo ya na wawa ya ese ni tarro na sisi ningele la kosinga ni tu wawa chiko sa ke tu waro chang na matin tu na tabno na vivo ke bikito chin narunu dolu admi kinu instantnya sa pakan domum bula sarana chigalo men korongo balatani sa toso mena wai nasa naruru klani korongo e tidu kicho no widi wengo no wiman ni walu mango ni tumbu mena wa tumbu bata ke na waya na kuini wai na kukuni wai sa lek na na takos na munkur tubir na nandrendre balatini non rayabu kora daga me sarakauta ni kina yo na kendan sindrinda taro na daga ninda visau na visau nimbula sa na visau sa na ngame sa ngai tubu chungani komiti ni kimva ka ngawa malu balatini lebu ersana era nanumuchunan roi tobo non rayabu ngonongo sa chikna boli bagadiu sa rani kita tagabana education gon donan rau kinaronan rau na tamata mera chugilop ko nira mera chukna tabangone yes patekena songsong na marana ara mera bibu kichugubia na kana ngrab na daga ni kita kina sena daga na ravaka na tamata na punoni ni bagaruru ka do sota vikimi chanan raki bogasuri na walu na tambinuda sena tenglap
naka ave pertangan ilang ito bukos kan dalam ni Vuninudrovu balatangan na sisningkel tenolung sarang ona santo ba wauntan yung singlebul yung balatan na tuminiway ngona mbeka ni lampa do tarabali ni bolang balatan ni kimta ko sa tignaway ning milebul ning milistalmay na bisinga naka na climate change ko sini kani wedanga it's about nanda bula talanga nanda tobo na nanda varani bula na ngonongo sa wiso sartinga mina nanda bula na oneli bitika na ngonongo sa dindui na kami titala ko sini kani wedanga ko nanda na kakantala kenda kania na raki kenda lagduruma naka.
As night settles over Vuninudrovu, the river keeps flowing and the banks continue their slow retreat. Yet, the people remain steadfast, women guiding families through every flood, elders carrying memories of past storms, children playing beneath the glow of new solar lights. With each tide, they adapt, prepare, and rise together. Germany's friendship is felt in every path lit and every plan for safer ground. Vuninudrovu's story is a reminder to the world that resilience is more than survival. It is unity, dignity, and the unwavering will to protect home for the generations to come.
Achievements reminds me that effective climate action is built on partnerships grounded in mutual respect and shared commitment.
You've been watching Stories from the Blue Frontier, a 3-part docuseries by the German Embassy in Fiji, made possible through the German Embassy in Fiji's Climate Talks initiative. We are grateful to the beautiful community of Vuninudrovu for opening your homes, hearts, and stories to us. Join us in part 2 of the docuseries as we head to Vianney Bay, where a new water project is bringing clean water and new possibilities to a remote school and its surrounding communities.